I'm really honored and thrilled to be part of today's very special event celebrating Rosh Hashanah, the Jewish New Year, and the first time ever at Prema Nilayam. Before I start, I just wanted to let you know that I'm dividing my small talk into 4 parts. The first part is talk a wee bit about the Jewish holy days, then talk about how Swami came into my life and how and why, and thirdly, the teachings of Swami, the ones which really appeal to me, and lastly, the lessons I've learned from them. Swami teaches us that all festivals and religious celebrations are opportunities given to us to remember God and His divine gifts to humanity. The purpose of all religions is to reunite us with our true self. All religions are valid paths revealed by saints to purify our minds and hearts so we can see clearly our real self and attain the final goal of the human experience. Satya Sai Baba says, there is only one religion, the religion of love. There is only one caste, the caste of humanity. Therefore, we as human beings should not only accept all the ways to worship God, but also celebrate them. We should not only speak about unity of faiths, but practice it in our lives. In Judaism, there are 2 important celebrations, Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur. Rosh Hashanah is the Jewish New Year. The biblical name for this holiday is Yom Teruah, which means literally day of shouting or rejoicing. Rosh Hashanah marks the start of a new year in the Hebrew calendar. Jews are confident that Rosh Hashanah represents either figuratively or literally the time of God's creation of man. The new year also represented the beginning of the ancient cycle of sowing, growing, and harvesting food grains. Jewish families gather on Rosh Hashanah to share a meal, which usually includes apples dipped in honey to symbolize a sweet new year. The common Hebrew greeting on Rosh Hashanah is Shana Tova, which means have a good year. Yom Kippur, also known as the Day of Atonement, is the holiest day of the year in Judaism. Its central themes are atonement and repentance. Jews traditionally observe this holy day with a 24-hour period of fasting and intensive prayer, often spending most of the day in the synagogue. In order to gain atonement from God, one must pray, repent the sins committed, and give to charity. Before I switch to the next part of my talk, I have a question for all of you. How many of you have visited or gone to a synagogue? To me, visiting a synagogue or even a church or a Buddhist temple or a Hindu temple or a Sikh Gurdwara is the same. The peace and tranquility I experienced in a synagogue was no different from a Buddhist temple or a church or a Hindu temple. Now, when anyone who has a colleague or a neighbor or a friend who is Jewish, please don't be afraid to greet them. And how do you greet them? Shalom. They need not be a Sai devotee for you to greet. You greet Sai devotees with saying Saira. Why not saying Shalom to a Jewish one? Or even a Sikh, you see a Sikh, don't be afraid to greet a Sikh you see as sssio. They are our brothers and sisters. What about a Muslim person you see, who you know is a Muslim? Say Salam Alaikum. Absolutely, it's wonderful because you bring a smile to their face and they are happy to hear that, and it's a wonderful thing. And Swami says you do that one deed, bring your smile to somebody's face, you made your day. how did I come to see Swami? How did Swami come into my life? He made his presence felt in my life when I was going through a very severe personal crisis. It wasn't anything to do with health or family. It was a spiritual crisis. I was disillusioned, disturbed and frustrated by the caste system in India. It bothered me a lot, and I was questioning my own religion, my own faith. Then I came to this country, and one day I read SAI Speaks. I've never read anything on Swami before in my life, and two things stood out to me, just two, and it blew my mind, and that's it. My journey to Swami began. And what was it? One sentence. The whole book I read, I remember only one sentence. And where Swami said, you need not even believe in God. Just be a good person. That is all God cares about. And the second thing was the logo. The logo with all the faiths. And to me, that's how my journey began. And it's never been the same again. And he's enriched my life beyond measure. When Swami talks about religions, he says, I have not come to disturb or destroy any faith, but to confirm each in his own faith, so that the Christian becomes a better Christian, the Muslim a better Muslim, and the Hindu a better Muslim, a better Hindu. All religions exhort man to cleanse the heart of malice, greed, hate, and anger. All religions hold out the gift of grace as the prize for success in this cleansing process. Ideas of superiority and inferiority arise only in a heart corrupted by egoism. If someone argues that he is higher or that his religion is holier, it is proof that he has missed the very core of his faith. No religion has a separate God, showering grace upon those who profess to abide by that faith alone. The whole of mankind belongs to one religion, the religion of man. For all men, God is the Father. As the children of one God, all men are brothers. But also another thing we should all be careful about, as Swami warns us, of all the prides, pride of wealth, pride of family, pride of education, of all the prides which harass man, spiritual pride is not only the most dangerous, but the most poisonous. Now, Swami's teachings in my life, I feel I'm the richest person in the world. Because Swami's teachings is for all of us. And all of us, for us to know and lead stress-free lives. And he has the solutions for everything in the world. If you get to read his teachings, SAI Speaks, etc. I find them most comforting, inspiring, educative, and humbling. And most of all, it keeps me grounded. And the teachings, the four aspects and the four subjects in Swami's teachings which appeal to me most is omnipresence, God's love, duty, and surrender. Omnipresence. My children, look inside and you will find Almighty God residing in your own heart. Look outside and you see Him everywhere, the omnipresent God in every form of life. When you talk to the flowers, the plants, and the trees, you are talking to God. Let your love flow to them and they will respond. With the animals, you can see how quickly and warmly they respond to your love. God's love is the very basis of all creation and the foundation of the universe. Bring that joy, bring that love into your own life and will then be filled with joy, happiness, and contentment. You will be living in harmony with your Creator, the omnipresent God. He alone can bring you that joy. God's love. This is one of my favorite sentences. My affection and love for you is that of 1,000 mothers. My love is like a mountain towering over each one of you. Do not turn away from that mountain of love, but blend with it at all moments of the day. Love is God, and God is love. Love is the certain way to God. So bring God into your lives and forget all about all your petty problems and quarrels. I am with you now and know your every thought. Not all your thoughts are good. So watch your thoughts and concentrate on bringing love into your lives. I love you all, in spite of your many failings. Duty and surrender. Do your duty. It is not correct to abandon your duty because I am taking charge. To leave it in my hands means for me to act through you, from the love that I instill in your heart. You must become sensitive to the prompting of the Master regarding what step to take. Every moment of your life is tied into the divine plan in a way that you are not able to understand. Surrender means to confront any contingency that God has chosen that moment in your life for that purpose. Accept what is given to you and stop thinking how this or that is taking you further away from your plans. I am the one who possesses the vision of the all. Do you think that the Lord will give you the opposite of what you wish? Surrender. That is what is needed. Surrender. God values it very much when a devotee lays down his will and desires and places them at the feet of the Creator. That conduct is wise. Everyone should imitate it. Therefore, accept what life offers you, work without expecting the fruits of your labor, and once you have asked, trust that you will receive, because Baba always responds with much, much more than you expected. So on that note of surrender, I'm going to surrender the mic to my boss, Surekha.
I offer my most loving salutations at the Divine Lotus feet of my most beloved Swami. Swami, please speak through me. I am not qualified to speak about Judaism or anything for that matter. I only want to share my love for Swami with all of you because I know you have the same love for Swami as I do. Greg asked us last week to speak today, and I kept praying to Swami, Swami, what do you want me to say? And I wasn't getting any guidance. So that's why I'm saying, Swami, please speak through me. So, Shalom.
Shalom. Shalom.
Again, Shalom.
Shalom.
Okay, so that means peace. Peace to you. Peace to you. When I was thinking about that, I was reminded of my daughter. She was about 2 years old, and whenever we used to travel in the car, I would sit next to her. My husband is driving. So because of the noise outside, we would speak really loud, and she would look at us with a concerned face, and she would say, Shanti to you, peace to you, happy to you, happy to you. That's all she knew, and she would say that to people who were speaking really loud. And we realized that she's just not unhappy, she just doesn't want us to speak so loudly. So Swami always says, speak softly, sweetly, and lovingly to everyone. And well, I figured, if I start talking, I would take the whole 15 minutes, and Krishna knows last time I went over. So I told my husband, since you didn't speak, go ahead and speak first, so that way Krishna can cut me off whenever it's the time to cut me off. Now, as Vasant was saying, when we had the Ventura Center in our house, we visited a mosque, we visited synagogue and a Buddhist temple and Hindu temple with all our members. We were like about 30 people. And we all went together and we sat there and listened to their prayers, the way they speak. Like Krishna was saying, the Jewish rabbi spoke, and if you close your eyes and really listen to them, it's Swami's teachings. Nothing but Swami's teachings. Wherever you go, we go to church for a midnight mass. I know a lot of our friends who are actual Christians have a party on Christmas Eve, but we go to a church to see what they do for Christmas Eve. And again, you hear Swami's teachings. Love all serve all. Help ever, hurt never. And Uncle the other day was saying that when Swami says love all, serve all, what does it mean? Really mean? That means we have to not only love our own family. It's easy, or it's difficult sometimes, right? Because one of my colleagues told me one time, we were talking about something, and she said, honey, she was much older than me, and she was kind of like, giving advice or whatever. She said, honey, friends are God's way of apologizing for your family. How many of us sometimes feel that way, right? In all honesty, we have to be honest with ourselves. So, Swami says, love all. When you say love all, like Uncle was saying that day, that you have to love your neighbor. Swami says, love my uncertainty. That uncertainty, love your troubles, love your problems. Just as you love good times and good things that are going on in your life, right? So, loving all, that means even Mother Earth, and loving your enemy. And that's what all religions tell us. It's the same teaching in any religion. And as I said, today we are celebrating Jewish holiday, and I'm no way I'm an expert in anything. But loving all that, the differences between all of us, and embracing that, and learning from it, growing from the differences, the troubles, the quarrels, anything, right? Swami says, look at everything as my gift to you. If we look at all our problems, good, bad, indifferent, as God's gift, then it's easy. Okay. On the lighter note, let's say, so how much time do I have, Krishna? 2 minutes past, right? I just want to finish with one thing. So in the introduction, we said with specific instructions from Swami, the center was started. So I'll just quickly share how the center, how the message came from Swami. So this was after Swami's Mahasamadhi, after he left his physical body. He came in my dream and he said, start a center in your house. He told us that in Ventura, and we started the center in Ventura. But again, when we came to Simi Valley, I was like, oh, we've done it, so let somebody else do it, kind of thing, So, but Swami doesn't let you go. Once he has you, right? So he said, start a center in your house. And I was very excited. I got up and I said, oh, wow, Swami told us to start a center. So I told my husband, my daughter, and they're like, yeah, wow, great. And my husband said, well, let's maybe fix this and put a carpet because we don't have a carpet. Let's put a carpet, this and that, and get ready for the center. So, what happened? After 4 years, I had a dream. Swami came again. And this time, he was not as happy, smiley, compassionate love. He was stern, and he looked very unhappy. And he said, I guess if I depend on you, things are not going to happen. And I said, and you say always, yes, Swami, I love you so much, I love you, Swami. And yes, Swami, to everything that I say, but you don't follow through. I said, I was breaking my brain in the dream. I was thinking, what did I promise, Swami, that I would do? And not, I didn't follow through. So I was trying to figure out what happened. And Swami said, 4 years ago, I told you to start the center, and you haven't started it yet. The next morning, I got up and I told my husband, I said, you know what? I don't care about the carpet. I don't care about anything else. We're starting the center this Thursday. And that's how we started it in 2015. So when Swami says something, like Krishna was there just a minute ago sharing, it's 100%. You have to be in Him, with Him, 100% of the time. It's not, Swami says it's not part-time love. It's full-time. So we should be very, very grateful and thankful to Swami for allowing us to come to Him. See, He has to call you. You have no, it's not in your hands to go to Him or to believe in Him or to even go see Him in Puttaparthi. He has to call you, and He has to choose to call you. He has to choose you out of the 8 billion people on earth. He chose you. That means, Swami said, whoever I choose has spent lifetimes yearning for me and crying for me. That's why you are here. To get Swami's darshan, one darshan, even gods and demigods, they come down to earth to see God in human form. And here we are, so lucky to have Him and love Him. And when we say, Swami, take everything, let me be an instrument to work, you got to be really ready to let go everything. That means your ego, your attachment, your thinking that I know better than everybody else, or I'm better at this than at other people. Whatever we have, we come with, the vasanas we come with in past lives, we have to let go and surrender to Swami completely. And that is very hard to do, but I know every one of you, including me, we are trying our best to be Swami's instruments. So thank you very much for giving me this opportunity to speak in front of you and a talk on this holy day. And thank you. Oh, by the way, if women haven't registered for the Ladies' Day and Women's Retreat, please do so. Please do so. Thank you.